Welcome to my latest episode of Weekly Insights with Joanie, and the material for this series are edited excerpts from my two acclaimed online courses, Finding True Love, and the second is Drive Through Make It Your Own, and both of them are exclusively on udemy.com. And this episode is the third of the 9-part series on the 7 myths of love and happiness. And today we are going to tackle the myth of self-worth. The myth of self-worth creates an intimidating obstacle to loving yourself. The myth of self-worth is based on the belief your sense of worth comes from how others see you. Therefore, this myth strips you of your inner power and dims the spotlight on your true, authentic self. By judging yourself based on outside measures of success and happiness keeps you chasing for validation without ever feeling satisfied. This is precisely where the myth of scarcity and the myth of self-worth intertwine through deep-seated limiting beliefs. Believing there's not enough to go around, your sense of self-worth remains tied to outside conditions you cannot control. Let's tackle now how to actually flip that script on self-worth and present to yourself knowing you have the power to take care of yourself and to value yourself. So let's look at how we're really going to do that. If your belief system is based on limiting beliefs, the positive outcomes you seek will be filled with struggle, sacrifice, and frustration. This means even if you succeed at something and look happy on the outside, you're feeling stressed and anxious on the inside because of the unhealed limiting beliefs. This is why it is essential to take responsibility for your thoughts, behaviors, and experiences in your life. When you do this, you stop giving away your power. To change something in your life, you have to perceive it and you have to see it. So let's talk about the common ways that self-worth, the myth of it, robs you of who you are and the best of who you are. There are many examples of how the myth of self-worth plays out in all cultures around the world. Perhaps the most common are the interactions you have with people and the inner dialogue you have within yourself. Whatever the criteria is to gain approval from someone, if you fall short of pleasing them, your value and self-worth are attacked, either by them or by your inner critic, and sometimes it's both. In most cases, the hardest judgment of all comes from your inner critic. With the constant pressure of being judged, both internally and externally, you may find yourself questioning your worthiness to be loved, happy, and successful. If you are unable to interrupt negative inner dialogue and comfort yourself, you remain unable to hear or trust the loving voice of your true, authentic self. The essential part of what we talked about to this point is recognizing your inner critic from your true, authentic self. And in order to break this myth of self-worth, you have to believe in yourself and you have to hear what you say to yourself. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So, how do you tell the difference between the voice of your inner critic and the voice of your true, authentic self? Your inner critic speaks to you through limiting beliefs, and these are framed by emotions such as fear, scarcity, and shame. Your true, authentic voice speaks to you through emotional states such as love, appreciation, encouragement, and respect. That is why it is the voice of authenticity. Your inner critic distracts you and uses the myth of self-worth against you, but you don't always see it. So we're going to look at now how you can start to feel within yourself when your inner critic, who is sitting there, is being so negative toward you and making you feel that you don't have a sense of self-worth in the moment that you're in the situation that you're in. The way your inner critic does this is twofold. One, you either lament the past or you long for the past, believing it is better than the present. And two, you desire a better future, but you dismiss the reality of it happening based on the past. All of this is about the myth of self-worth. When your inner critic influences you to bypass the present moment, you give away your power to outside conditions and to your inner critic. I personally have done great battle with the myth of self-worth, probably because I fall into the category of an actor. And an actor has to go to auditions. And an actor is picked or not picked by people that I have no control over. So what I can do in an audition is do the best work I can. And often I will say you need to change the molecules in that audition room so that what you do there is undeniable and they have to give you the part. So when you get out to your car, you might say, yes, I really did it great, or why did I do it that way? Those are examples of when you call your self-worth into question. So I would like now to talk about 3 ways that you can counter that, oh my, why'd I do it that way? And how to really hone into the importance and the ability to say, I did my best, I'm worthy, and if I don't get this audition, or if I, in your case, don't get whatever the don't get is, that doesn't mean that you don't have self-worth. 1, be present with your thoughts. Focus on your present moment and create a regular set of self-love and self-care practices. One way to start is offering appreciation for what you have in your life now. And 2, trust your authentic voice. Create time to consciously observe how your limiting beliefs are connected to your inner dialogue. Pay careful attention to the difference between your inner critic and the voice of your true, authentic self. And 3, connect with your inner child. Your inner child is a direct conduit to your true, authentic self. Create time each day to connect with your inner child through love, empathy, and playfulness. To help you integrate all this wonderful new insights that we've talked about and ways to change how you feel and own your own self-worth, I would like to go through 3 journal prompts with you. Create some time after this episode to journal your answers to the following. 1. What beliefs of unworthiness may be holding you back from consistently tapping into the power of true love and happiness within you? 2. In what ways have you talked negatively to yourself? What events or experiences were tied to this inner dialogue? And 3, where have you given away your power to others and your inner critic? How do you see yourself reclaiming this power right now? To further solidify what we're talking about today and the new behaviors and thoughts that you're implementing, let's go through 10 wonderfully affirmative affirmations. When you are experiencing challenges to your self-worth, say the following. I am confident. I am loved. I am powerful. I am authentic. I believe in myself. I am gifted and talented. I am worthy of my desires. I trust my inner authentic voice. I am always connected to true love. Everything always works out for me. In the next episode, we're going to tackle the myth of love. So thank you for joining me for this one. And please sign up at udemy.com for my 2 acclaimed online courses, Finding True Love and Drive Through and Make It Your Own. And until we meet again, remember every morning, look into your mirror and smile at yourself and say, I am my own best friend, for I came into this world to be myself. For that I came. Thank you and all my best.